Welcome back to F1 Blogs, your go-to channel for all things Formula One. Today, we're talking about Helmut Marko's bold response to recent criticisms of Max Verstappen, following Max's stunning victory at the Brazilian Grand Prix. Verstappen didn't just secure a crucial win, he dominated in tricky conditions, silencing his critics in spectacular fashion. In this video, we'll break down Marko's fiery words, the background of recent criticisms, and how Verstappen's comeback from 17th on the grid proves his skill and determination. Stick around to hear all the details, and make sure you're subscribed for more insights from the F1 world. Verstappen's victory silences critics in Brazil. Max Verstappen's triumph at Interlagos was more than just a win, it was a masterclass that pushed back against recent comments from some prominent figures in the F1 world. Helmut Marko, Red Bull's senior advisor and one of Max's closest supporters, didn't hold back in his comments to the Dutch press. After the race, Marko celebrated Verstappen's performance, which was both skillful and calculated, especially given the wet and challenging conditions at Interlagos. Marko directly responded to critical statements by former F1 drivers, including Damon Hill and Johnny Herbert, who had questioned Max's ability to race cleanly. Hill, in particular, claimed that Verstappen couldn't win duels cleanly, but Max's flawless performance against Charles Leclerc and Pierre Gasly on a slippery track told a different story. Marko didn't mince words, describing Max's drive as impeccable and clearly aimed a comment at Lando Norris, asserting, "Here, we've seen who the true champion is." Inside Red Bull's betting challenge, Marko even revealed an interesting bet within the Red Bull team before the race began. Max Verstappen had a challenging starting position, lining up 17th on the grid, but Marko was confident he'd make it to the podium. He placed a $100 bet with Verstappen's race engineer, Gianpiero Lambiase, who doubted Max could secure a top-3 finish. However, Marko only predicted a podium spot, not a win, acknowledging that Max always aims higher than expectations. Ultimately, Verstappen proved both of them wrong by not just reaching the podium, but taking the win. A strategy that paid off in Brazil. While Verstappen's talent was a major factor, strategy played a critical role in his climb through the ranks. The turning point of the race was the red flag caused by Franco Colapinto's incident, which allowed Verstappen, along with Alpine drivers Gasly and Ocon, to change tires without losing time in the pits. This timing saved the trio approximately 17 seconds, a huge advantage on race day. The Red Bull team's calculated approach was risky but rewarding. They had waited as long as possible to pit, pushing their worn tires to the limit in hopes of a red flag. Marko and his team knew that if a break came at the right time, it could save Max precious seconds and put him in prime position for a high finish. Luck was on their side, but it was a carefully calculated risk that paid off in the end. Max Verstappen, champion mindset in action for Verstappen, who's now closer than ever to his 4th F1 title. This victory was a reminder of his resilience and drive to succeed. From cold and rainy karting tracks in his early career, Max has always shown a tenacity and dedication to his craft that sets him apart. Helmut Marko took a moment to reflect on this aspect of Verstappen's career, noting that Max used to push through rain-soaked karting sessions until his fingers froze. This relentless drive was on full display at Interlagos, proving yet again why Max is a force to be reckoned with in Formula One. Marko's confidence in Verstappen and Red Bull. Helmut Marko's public statements emphasize his unwavering belief in Verstappen's skills and determination. Despite external doubts, Marko has stood by Max, even calling out critics in the F1 community who have questioned Verstappen's capabilities. The Brazil win isn't just another victory for Red Bull, it's a statement that Verstappen is fully capable of winning cleanly, with precision, and against all odds. What's next for Verstappen and Red Bull? As Verstappen inches closer to securing his 4th world title, Red Bull's focus is clear, staying competitive and keeping Max at the front of the pack. Marko's reaction to the Brazil GP demonstrates his faith in Verstappen and the Red Bull team strategies. For the rest of the F1 field, this win serves as a reminder of just how formidable Verstappen and Red Bull are, regardless of starting positions or weather conditions. Thank you for tuning into F1 Blogs. What do you think of Verstappen's epic win in Brazil? Did he prove his critics wrong? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on all the latest F1 news and analysis.